everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Dr. Angel Storm. I'm the founder of Ashes to Beauty Ministries, and today I'm talking to you about what you should expect or what you can prepare for when you go no contact with a narcissist. So I have a bunch of videos that talk to you about how to prepare to go no contact, why you should go no contact, and things that you can be experiencing when you go no contact, because there's going to be a trauma bond and you probably will feel like you want to go back to what's comfortable, even though what was comfortable for you was abuse. And it can be difficult to learn something new, like a healthy relationship, and it can feel uncomfortable at times. But today I want to talk to you about what to expect from the narcissist side of things. So what can you expect when you go no contact, or even if you set up boundaries? Maybe you have to have contact with a narcissist because you have children together, or you run a business together, or whatever. There's other circumstances that make it impossible for you to have no contact with a narcissist, and so now you're trying to establish boundaries. You're trying to put limits onto how the narcissist can affect you and things like that. And even when you start pushing back at all against what the narcissist is used to, and also what they believe they are owed, this can be a rough thing to navigate because they are going to push back very hard. So if you go no contact, once they realize that you have gone no contact, because depending on what phase the abuse cycle that you were in, the narcissist can go for months before he even realizes that you have gone no contact. And so once they realize that you have gone no contact, one thing that you can expect is that there is going to be a fight. So the narcissist is going to push back on that. The narcissist views people as commodities. So they view people as belonging to them. They don't view people as having their own sovereign will, their own sovereign lives. They view them as things that can be collected and owned. And so for that reason, it's like in the narcissist's mind that you're trying to take away something that's already his, that already belongs to him. And for that reason, there's going to be a large fight. Narcissists are excellent manipulators. I've talked a lot about why you should never try to beat a narcissist at his own game, because he's going to do it better than you. They've got a lot more practice than you do, and you're not going to win that way. So one of the things that they are great at doing is having this insulated layer that protects them with their flying monkeys. So these flying monkeys are people who do their bidding. They defend the narcissist and insulate the narcissist from having to face any kind of consequences for their behaviors. And they essentially do what the narcissist wants to do, but instead of doing it their own selves, it's easier when there's somebody else doing it. So when there's somebody else doing it, the narcissist can keep their hands clean, and they can really point to say, like, I had nothing to do with that. And this can further develop their facade for their next victim, especially when they see. So for example, if you leave a narcissist and this starts happening to you, where the flying monkeys are coming after you. So whether this is in real life, starting smear campaigns, or whether this is online bullying and things like that, you should expect to hear from somebody in the narcissist corner about why you're wrong, about how could you do this, about, how this situation is all of your fault. And again, the narcissist does this so that they don't have to be involved. They don't even need to depending on the conditioning of the flying monkeys, they may not even have to tell them to go do that. They can just give their side of the story, and the flying monkey just takes it and does whatever they feel is right with that information. So again, whether this is in-person confrontation that would be brought to you, or whether it's online, or whether it's starting like a smear campaign behind your back, there's a lot of different ways that they can get to you or to try to damage your reputation through setting boundaries or through cutting contact with a narcissist. And the narcissist, again, always has a supply. So this whole thing actually works to the narcissist's advantage. While this is going on, he can be with the new supply, showing this new person, like, you see how I'm not even doing anything and they're blaming me for it when so and so is really the one who sent the message or who started that rumor or whatever. And so again, this whole thing from the narcissist perspective really further aids him in creating this version of reality that isn't not only not true, but it looks real. You know, it has all of the trappings that make it look like what he's saying is the truth to the new supply, which again furthers the reach that the narcissist is going to have. So again, I'm doing this video because I want you to be able to prepare for what's to come when you decide to cut ties with a narcissist, or if you decide to put up boundaries with a narcissist. You should expect some sort of extreme pushback. And in fact, even though you may have thought that you had seen a lot of unhealthy things that have happened between you and the narcissist when you were together or while you had a relationship, when you decide to actually cut ties or set up boundaries, that's when the actual version of the narcissist is going to come out. So you haven't really seen anything until you've done no contact, until you've set boundaries with the narcissist, because again, that is when the narcissist ego is going to be most threatened and they're going to feel the need to defend what's theirs. And so again, you're going to experience a lot of lies, even threats, depending on the type of narcissist that you're dealing with. And it's best to be prepared, and that's ultimately why I'm doing this video, is so that first of all you can, you know, steel yourself emotionally to expect these kinds of things, and mentally. So when this happens to you, what is going to be your game plan? You know, do you have your affirmations that you have written down, your declarations that you're going to read over yourself and just remind yourself of center and hold on to that? Do you have somebody lined up that you can call for advice, or just a shoulder to lean on? Have you already found yourself a therapist or gotten yourself a life coach? Like, what is going to be your game plan when this happens? Because this will happen. And again, you might have gone no contact with a narcissist for a while, even months. And so you might have thought, like, that was easy. I'm out. I'm starting a new life. I'm rebuilding myself. I'm learning about who I am and my likes and my identity and my purpose in life and things like that, only to have 3 months down the road, the narcissist comes back because he just now realizes that you've decided to go no contact, or that you've set up a boundary or whatever it is. And so when that happens, because you've already gotten into a new routine, it can really pull the rug out from underneath you and really jar all of the work that you've already done over here in your new life. And so what is the plan going to be? So just because you went no contact with a narcissist for a few weeks and he didn't call you, that doesn't mean that he's not going to. That just means he either hasn't realized that you've gone no contact, he has no use for you right now because he has a different supply that he's involved with or whatever, or it just isn't the right time for him. It's not beneficial to him to call you right now, but it doesn't mean that he's never going to. And so having the plan in place of what you're going to do when these bullying attacks come, again, even threats come, what is going to be your game plan? And having that put in place is going to not only ensure that you don't lose any of the gains that you may have been getting in this period of no contact with the narcissist, or that you don't change your mind, but that you also don't go back to falling into the same cycle. So when he comes back, he's going to try love bombing techniques first, you know, because this is the cycle that the abuse follows. And if that doesn't work, you can immediately expect to be hit a lot with the flying monkeys, the triangulation, gaslighting, manipulation, lies, smear campaigns, all of that kind of stuff that I was speaking about in the first part of this video is going to come out like full force. And so it's really then that you're going to need to have that game plan thought out ahead of time. And again, I've talked a lot about predetermined choices, about how to make those, how to determine what is a good predetermined choice for you, for your life, for right now, for your future, that is all lining up to make sure that you accomplish the goals that are ultimately most important to you. And having those predetermined choices lined up can really take a lot of stress out of what to do now. It's like, you know that this is going to come, here's how I'm going to handle it. And having that set in place, again, takes a lot of the guesswork out of it. When this does happen, it takes a lot of the stress out from you from when this does happen, so that you don't have to stress about what to say or how to act or what to do, or you can have some time to really prepare yourself emotionally and mentally for what people are going to be saying about you, for the lies that are going to be thrown out there about you. And you may be surprised about who would believe them too. What if your own family starts believing the lies and takes the narcissist side in this whole thing? What is your game plan for that? What are you going to do then? How are you going to handle that? So having predetermined choices in mind can really help you navigate this really bad period of time. So unfortunately, it's going to get worse before it gets better, but the good news is that it will get better if you can stick to your initial resolve to stay no contact with a narcissist, or to set up very firm boundaries with a narcissist. It's going to get easier and easier to do so. And unfortunately, through this bad situation, this unfortunate situation can actually bring about something super positive for you, which is that you can learn how to set these boundaries with anybody now. Now you know how to set boundaries. Now you'll know how to stick to your true self, how to protect what's yours, how to keep the things that are not for you out of your life, and how to really navigate relationships in a much more healthy way. So while this period is going to be very difficult, you're going to find out a lot about who your true friends are. You're going to find out a lot about self, and about what it is that you're really looking for in a relationship of any kind, like a friendship, what you're looking for in another partner, or whatever your case may be. You're going to learn a lot if you are willing to grow while you are going through this very difficult period. So keep that in mind. If you are going no contact with a narcissist, you should expect for it to get worse before it gets better. And again, it may not happen right away. It may not be like, I didn't call him for a day, and so I guess we're just done. No, the narcissist is very calculated. He's on a schedule. They work on cycles, and so being aware again of what cycle you're in, and his cycle, or the narcissist cycle of how that specific person's abuse cycle works, is going to help you navigate that as well. So if you know that if you've done this before with the narcissist, where you've already been discarded maybe by the narcissist before, and you know that it typically lasts 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, whatever it is for you, a week, it doesn't matter. And then you know that it goes right back into the love bombing cycle. Again, you can start really preparing yourself a week or two leading up to that time, so that you have a plan in place. You have people around you who can support you. You already know what you're going to do and how you're going to handle that situation. So I hope this really helps you kind of get a plan together too. If you're thinking about going no contact with a narcissist, if you are trying to establish boundaries, I have a video that I just did a couple weeks ago on how to set boundaries with a narcissist. If you must maintain contact for whatever reason with a narcissist, how to set boundaries that will work for you and will help protect your emotional and mental health as well. So check that video out if you need more information or more tips on how to set boundaries with narcissists. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to my channel below and turn on the little bell so that you're notified whenever I upload a new video to this channel.